Hi Vikings, I'm Terry,
And I'm Susan. Welcome to Vike Equip.
where we are equipping you, our students, to be successful in the classroom. Hello class, what I would like to visit with you now, I want to offer you some study tips. Study tips for memorizing vocabulary words. I'm going to try to focus on the camera as much as possible. I do have some notes, so you may see me looking at those occasionally. These study tips will help you in many different classes that you're taking and many different academic disciplines, whether it be health career field, psychology, science, math, history, sociology. All these study tips can help you succeed in those courses. And so the first one that I want to talk to you about is called the cue card. Okay, we're all familiar with the standard index card where we usually write a word on the beginning, on the front of the card, and then we flip it over and have the definition. What's a little different about the cue card is that you write a question on both sides of the card. So let me see if I can put this up here where you can see it. Oh, it's going to be backwards. It says, what does precede mean? Okay, so rather than just memorizing a definition, I flip the card over and I have my other question written that says, what is another word for going before? Well, going before means to precede. So what this does in writing questions on both sides of the card, it gets your brain to engage in a little higher level of thinking, more than just memorizing. It engages the brain into thinking about the word. Something else you can do with these cards is you could get color-coded cards. So let's say it was a history class and you were needing to learn about locations of battles. Well, you could group the battles by color categories. You could even draw little hints. If you're, a real visual learner, draw little pictures or symbols on your cards to help you with that. So the cue card, the question card, use index cards and actually write questions on both sides to help you learn your vocabulary words. Okay. The next study skill tip that I have is called the A-B list. And so basically what you do is you take a piece of paper, you make an A list with your vocabulary word and a B list with the definition. Then you can fold it in half and you look at your vocabulary word, which is conserve, and then I flip it over and I see the answer to avoid wasting. Okay, so now engaging the brain, not just memorizing, then I skip to the next one and I have the definition, the planet we live on. Then I can flip to my A side with the words and see Earth. So you see how you're kind of going back and forth. Vocabulary word, definition, definition, vocabulary word. Okay, so that's another way that can help you study for vocabulary words that you need to learn in your various classes. The last study skill tip I have for you is Quizlet. Many of you may have heard of Quizlet and be familiar with it. You can just do a Google search for Quizlet and it will pop up. And what is great is it has many different subject areas on Quizlet, flashcards that it will present to you, just many different ways online that you can study. And you can even create your own little Quizlet test, inputting your own vocabulary words. And in the module, I've given you a link to some Quizlet information. So I hope that looking at the comprehension clues, breaking down the root words, prefixes and suffixes, looking at author's clues, and how you can interpret word meanings by clues that the author has given you in the text of the writing. And then these study skills that you can see how you're going to start building your vocabulary, and it will help your reading comprehension and help you be successful in your courses.